The Student Senate here at Fresno State has been meeting behind closed doors here on campus for about the past hour and a half. As you may remember, Chief Chris Gallagher has been off the job now since August 1st. With the economy so bad and fewer dollars coming in, the county's top administrator says he has no choice but to slash social services.
Action News reporter Laurie Penco is live at the university tonight with the questions students are asking now. Laurie?
Warren and Graciela, the Student Senate here at Fresno State, has been meeting behind closed doors here on campus for about the past hour and a half. We're not sure what they're talking about now in that session, but I can tell you that about 24 hours ago, the same Senate put the Vice President and President on probation.
You have 2 minutes.
This is a question for Sandra Flores. Did you purchase alcohol on the Anaheim trip for underage students?
An angry student confronted the top leaders of Fresno State's student government about their use of alcohol on out-of-town trips. Concern after the president and vice president of Associated Students, Inc., or ASI, admitted breaking the university's substance-free pledge.
Mr. Mackie Mason, was there drinking going on in your room?
In an open letter to Fresno State students on the ASI website, President Mackie Mason and Executive Vice President Sandra Flores admit to drinking with underage students at an ASI retreat in Anaheim back in July, a retreat funded by the student government group. Mason also says during 2 other trips, he mistakenly charged alcoholic beverages to his ASI credit card. In both cases, the student government president says other students ordered the drinks during a meal and he didn't know they were on his receipts. Mason and Flores were front-page news on Fresno State's Collegian. The university says a preliminary investigation found no proof of fraud or theft. The vice president of student affairs says ASI must now hold its own leaders accountable.
In this case, we are concerned that the process be appropriately followed for both identifying what has happened and for holding the appropriate individuals accountable.
As a nonprofit organization, ASI has a yearly budget of nearly $700,000 that comes from student body fees. On campus, students have mixed feelings about how their money is being spent by Mason and ASI.
I'm sitting here putting my hard-earned dollars to pay for my school. For him to go out and have fun, you know, out and about, it's not cool at all.
He's over a lot of money, and you know, of course, he's going to be scrutinized a lot more than others are, but I'm pretty sure he'll take into account what he did, and he'll see that it was wrong.
I should also point out that both Mason and Flores are old enough to drink legally here in California. They had no comment during the public part of the Student Senate meeting today. But if their probation sticks, it's basically a warning from the Senate saying, if you mess up again, you're out. Reporting live at Fresno State, Laurie Penco, ABC 30 Action News.
Laurie Penco is in the newsroom with an update for us. Laurie.
Stephanie, as you may remember, Chief Chris Gallagher has been off the job now since August 1st. At a time when Los Banos is talking about cutting jobs and services, the missing chief continues to pull down a very hefty salary.
Pepsi with vanilla and a cherry with Pepsi.
Correct.
Correct? Okay, 1 second.
Waitresses busy taking orders at this popular Los Banos lunch counter. But down the street at the police department, Police Chief Chris Gallagher has not given any orders since August 1st. He's been on paid leave now for 5 months with no explanation, and taxpayers are getting fed up.
They're keeping all of us in the dark, basically, and I think that's too bad, because as him getting paid by our hard-earned money and his hard-earned money, the situation needs to be figured out here.
At City Hall, Los Banos leaders aren't talking, many saying they have no idea what's been going on with Chief Gallagher, while the city manager continues to say it's a personnel matter and he can't comment for legal reasons. Would you like to end the speculation? Would you like to give taxpayers a reason?
I can't discuss the matter.
Townspeople, though, say they've seen Chief Gallagher around Los Banos, so we stopped by his house. I'm trying to reach Chief Gallagher. Would he be home?
No.
And as the mystery continues, Chief Gallagher keeps collecting his $136,000 a year salary. Back at the lunch counter, Yvonne Gonzalez says enough is enough.
I think it's crazy. They need to get rid of him. There's a reason why he's not working.
The city manager also maintains the acting chief is a good one. He says public safety is not being threatened and crime is actually down in Los Banos. In the newsroom, Laurie Penco, KC24, Central Valley's news station.
Action News reporter Laurie Penco is live in Exeter tonight, where this arrest is sending shockwaves through this close-knit community. Laurie?
Well, Warren and Graciela, parents here in Exeter, say for more than a decade, Ed Jones was pretty much a fixture here at the town's biggest pool, running a recreational swim club for kids. And tonight they cannot believe he is facing federal child pornography charges.
It makes me sick to my stomach. I can't even imagine.
Parents in the small town of Exeter are stunned by charges that Ed Jones, a man so many trusted with their kids, is accused of having child pornography on the computer confiscated from his home here. Jones, a Cal Fire captain, spent 12 years working with the Exeter Eels, a recreational swim team for school-aged kids. Robin Edwards has 2 daughters who swam on that team, and she says several years ago something happened that made her feel very uncomfortable.
He insisted that the team pose for their swim pictures in their bathing suits wearing fire attire. They wore boots, had fire hoses wrapped around their necks, and wore hats. And when those photos came home, I said, "My gosh, honey, what is this? This doesn't feel right to me."
Investigators say a volunteer firefighter here at this Tulare County firehouse where Jones used to work spotted the kiddie porn on his laptop. According to federal court documents, that computer had 100 images of child pornography on it. Some of the photos involved boys and girls who appeared to be as young as 5 years old being sexually abused by adults. As a state firefighter, Jones also mentored young people interested in becoming firefighters. Edwards says it's just disturbing.
As a person who's adored children my whole life, people that prey on children always are in positions like that. It's a position of power, and it's a position where they get what they want.
Now, according to the criminal complaint, Jones confessed to downloading kiddie porn photos and videos. Investigators say after pleading guilty tonight, he is back home wearing an electronic monitoring device. He is still stationed at the Cal Fire Department in Porterville. As for Cal Fire, though, they are not commenting on his arrest. Reporting live in Exeter, Laurie Penco, ABC 30 Action News.
In pending layoffs, our top story at 6, Laurie Penco is live in Tulare with more on the impacts of the cuts. Laurie?
John and Stephanie, the Hillman Healthcare Center here in Tulare is actually one of 2 medical clinics facing the county budget axe tonight. With the economy so bad and fewer dollars coming in, the county's top administrator says he has no choice but to slash social services.
It's going to be a big loss if they were to close down, because a lot of people, if you don't have insurance, they won't see you. No cancer doctor is going to see you. You have no insurance.
Gloria Sandoval, just diagnosed with an aggressive form of bone cancer, is among the many patients wondering what will happen if Tulare's Hillman Healthcare Center does become a victim of budget cuts.
My son, he comes, he gets his shots here, and he has a pediatrician here, and then if they close it, where am I going to take him to a pediatrician at? I'm going to have to worry about that now, and that's just something else on our plate that we're going to have to worry about.
As part of a proposal to slash its social services workforce by 20%, the county wants to close this clinic and another one like it in Lindsay. In all, 225 Tulare County Health and Human Services workers, from administrators to nurses, would lose their jobs. Another 250 vacant positions would be eliminated. The county blames a projected $10 million shortfall caused by state cuts and a major decline in sales tax revenue and vehicle license fees, the main source of funding for social services.
We're going to do the best that we can to provide the same level of service, but the reality is people are probably going to wait longer. The caseloads for our employees will increase. And hopefully, their error rate will not go up with that.
Rousseau says the county hopes a private company will take over the closed Tulare and Lindsay clinics, just as it did in Dinuba. Ultimately, it will be up to county supervisors to approve the cuts, an answer that can't come soon enough for Sandoval, who's relying on a cancer specialist here at Hillman.
Because I just found out, and I don't want to die. I want to get treatment, chemotherapy, or have surgery, whatever I need to have done to remove the cancer tumors I have.
Now, most of the workers facing layoffs tonight are union. You may remember they staged a brief walkout here this year and have been working for months without a new contract. Tulare County supervisors will vote on these proposed cuts January 13th.